When a pilot says they have a biohazard on board, it sounded like, was the pilot exaggerating? What's going on here? There couldn't be a biohazard. But then yesterday...
It's a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they want us to come back to Atlanta.
Trudy, did you see the airplane?
No.
Randy, you want to show Trudy the airplane?
I've seen this headline all day long and was dreading...
What was the headline?
Will look like the diarrhea plane, basically.
The diarrhea plane.
I know it's the diarrhea plane.
It's totally the diarrhea plane. And Brandon called it Delta Flight Number 2, and I don't know. I laughed out loud when I saw that. It was such a simple joke.
Is diarrhea number 2? Isn't that like 2 and 3?
So Trudy, check out the video.
Look at the floor.
The floor, the entire stretch of the plane, the floor is just covered in what looks like.
Do you see that?
Oh, yes.
Bloody feces.
Bloody feces.
It looked like spaghetti on this one 2-foot part. It did. It looked like somebody spit up spaghetti.
Now, here's my question is, what direction was this passenger going in? Was this passenger running to the back to get to the bathroom or running from the bathroom?
Can we tell from the spatter pattern?
Oh, holy Jesus.
No, unfortunately, I can't tell with the spatter pattern.
If only we had a forensics person here.
Oh, God, it's so bloody and brown and disgusting. Now,
God.
So I was thinking, the person were they running to the bathroom with their pants off and shitting down the aisle?
My guess is maybe they took their pants off to save time.
Was it?
And then they were going to run nude down the aisle to the bathroom.
That's the way to do it.
The possibility, too, is that they were in the back of the plane. They didn't know there was a bathroom in the back. They thought they had to go to the bathroom in the front. So they went up to the front with no pants on.
And every step they took.
Or they were wearing shorts and it was just coming out of the shorts.
Yeah, that's probably. Or maybe was it a woman? It could have been a woman.
No details on the pooper yet.
Oh, Trudy. To say that's a woman is just... no one wants to think that.
I know, no one
There's
does.
so much feces. It must have stunk in there so bad.
Oh, I can't imagine that. Now it's unfathomable what those people put up with.
Oh. That's like the beginning of one of those horror movies like Contagion, that it starts that way. Like bloody feces on a plane. Oh, my God.
I know, and it's like the whole runway up to the front of the plane.
That's why
that whole area where you walk to get in and out of the plane. Every foot or so, there's a new pile of what looks like spaghetti and feces.
True, that's why I don't understand the fecal delivery, as Johnny Depp would say. I don't know how this could possibly happen. And then once they deplaned that everybody had to walk down that aisle.
Through it. Oh. So they should have just landed at the CDC. That's in Atlanta, right? They should have just put it down right there. Because whoever that is.
So many good ideas come out of this.
Oh, my God.
Remember when there was somebody else that did the same thing, and Mike Clark was saying there ought to be a bathroom in every plane seat in the plane.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about having a bathroom in every seat in the stadium, which was so funny. Just imagining people, just thousands of people going to the bathroom at any one given time during the game.
He must have felt so vindicated, though, when he saw Idiocracy for the first time, and Dak Shepard gets out of that recliner that has a toilet right in it. That was my idea.
Yeah. What did they call those, stadium buddies or something
Stadium
like that?
Pal, yeah, that's
Stadium
what you tape to your leg, and so you just pee and it goes in this big thing in your lower leg, and nobody even knows.
That's a great idea.
That was a good idea. People have used those and actually written to us and complimented.
Think of how nice elevators would smell. I was downtown over the weekend, and it's like, oh wow,
gross. Ew, what elevator?
Elevators
were you
or the bathroom?
What building were you in?
It was in the People Mover building. Actually, that was pretty clean.
Yikes!
But sometimes parking garages are pretty nasty.
Well, I was imagining an airplane with toilets in every seat and like toilet paper dispensers between every seat instead of. How funny! Just so ridiculous. But that was such a mess.
Yeah.
And how could you would think that there's no way it could be in more than half the plane, because you would go to either the back bathroom or the front bathroom, depending on, what you were close to. But somebody went all the way from the back of the plane to the front of the plane.
Fecal matter.
Yeah. One end to the other. That's just...
There could have just been one massive pile, but instead it's...
that would have been much better.
It's shared throughout the entire length of the plane. I cannot believe how much feces that is.
I think there need to be, now that this happens... Like the last time it happened on, what was it, a cart? Like a drink cart?
Well, that was somebody who was mad at the service, and they took a dump on the drink cart or the food cart.
Shouldn't there be like rules for what happens if something like that's going to happen? Stay in one place, don't run.
Yes, there should be
stuff
rules.
like that.
But frankly, in this case, no more flying for this person.
Oh, God,
no
no.
more flying for you. No more flying for the plane either. The plane's done. They have to blow up that
Take
plane.
it to that plane graveyard.
There will be no comfort in the flying community until we know that plane is put out of circulation.
Well, did you hear about the story today with Air Canada?
No.
Yeah, there was a new one today because yesterday was all about the feces flight number 2. Well, today it's all about Air Canada and their vomit smeared seats.
What?
Yeah,
Would somebody puke from the back of the plane to the front?
they kicked out. So what happened was this Air Canada plane had landed and the previous person that had sat in the seat vomited all over it. Blah, blah,
Ew. Gross.
And they had a takeoff right away. So they loaded up the passengers. What they tried to do was they tried cleaning it up and then putting coffee grounds on it and then spraying it with perfume.
Oh, that's cute. So it's going to smell like coffee grounds, perfume, and puke.
Yeah. And so the person that sat down
Great smell.
didn't even want to sit down because they said there was remnants of vomit left on there.
Ew.
They ended up kicking her off the plane because she complained so much.
What? Fuck
Yeah.
the airlines. I can't believe they do stuff like that. That's
That
Yeah,
is
they were
really
escorted
that is really
off by
typical, though.
the health department needs to shut them down. Who did that?
That plane needs to be put out of business.
Totally.
They need to have those two planes crash into each other in midair.
The vomit comet and the diarrhea plane. That'd be fun to
Everyone
watch.
is calling it the diarrhea plane. I swear to God. I've read that so many places, and then when you get in the comments, everyone calls it the diarrhea plane. Ugh. Oh, God, how horrible.
By the way, did you know that's how diarrhea was spelled?
Oh, I always struggle with it.
Oh, God, I never know. How is diarrhea spelled? What's the
I'm going to
correct
go right
spelling?
off my head. Diarrhea. And the only reason I know that is because
RR?
yeah. And the only reason I know that is thanks to the our drops because I have to type in diarrhea whenever I want to hear stuff like this or
Nice.
stuff like this. Or when Trudy's late and I have to cue this one up.
Sorry again for the delay. I have diarrhea.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. What's the key to spelling diarrhea? The two R's?
Yes, it's
it's-
the
yeah.
DIARR.
It's a weird
Don't
word.
forget about that H.
Thank you.
Right.